Joining us now is friend of the show, Dean Stattmann, brands editor at Men's Health. Dean is here because the May issue is now on stands, and one of the main stories is titled Stronger Everything. We're going to get to that in a little bit, but there's some new things happening, some new visual things happening at Men's Health. So start by telling us about those.
Absolutely. So I'm so excited to be here today to talk about the brand new May issue of Men's Health, which is on stands right now. This is the strength issue. We got some bell action happening over there.
Yeah, we do. I know you're going to get a little bit of cheering.
There's a lot of cheering going on. People are just happy. They're happy you're here as well.
Okay, so am I. So this is the May issue of Men's Health. It's on stands right now. And there is so much new stuff here. A complete new look through and through. New sections, new features. And we're calling this our strength issue. So strength can be defined in a lot of ways, but at Men's Health, the way that we choose to define strength is that it's a willingness to search for and acknowledge your weaknesses, and then take the steps required to fix them. So, of course, part of that is physical strength, but there's emotional strength, there's being a more outgoing family member, there's
mental strength?
Taking on challenges, mental strength, exactly. Being better to others, maybe developing patience to deal with people better.
Right.
So I'm going to take you through some of the exciting new stories and introductions we have in the May issue of Men's Health.
Awesome, great.
Well, please.
So,
Take us through some of that. But before you get to that, in conjunction with this new revamped, lovely look that you guys are rolling out, you're also doing more with video this time around, launching MH Films, where you spent a day with, most people would know this guy as the Mountain from Game of Thrones. What inspired that? What can people get from watching that film?
So we put out a ton of videos on menshealth.com every day. In fact, we put about 86 videos. I think that was in March.
Wow.
Sorry, every month. In March, we put 86 videos.
Oh, I was going to say every day. That is beyond it.
Yeah, and so basically MH Films is the evolution there. It's a more long-form version. You can go to menshealth.com/films to watch the first one, and we spent 24 hours with Hafthor Bjornsson, who plays the Mountain on Game of Thrones. And it's really an inside look into his life. Like, you see him, training in the gym and eating more food in one day than we would eat in a week. But then you also see this 431 pounds, 29-year-old rolling on the floor with his little Pomeranian named Asterix. So there's both sides over there. It's really interesting, and every month we're going to bring you that backstage pass to the brightest, bravest, fittest, weirdest people in the world.
Right.
Really.
Oh my
and that's
gosh.
MH Films at menshealth.com/films.
That's cool.
That's awesome. Okay, so now tell us, Stu, you're going to walk us through some of the steps, how you get there in terms of how you become a stronger person. There are 4 steps.
Absolutely. Well, there are so many different steps you can take, but I'll jump onto 4 of them. So we have this great feature in the May issue. It's called Stronger Everything. And as the name would suggest, it's about how to make everything stronger. All areas of your life. So let's see, where should we start over here? Video games.
Okay.
We talked about video games in the intro.
Yes.
So video games can actually improve your vision. So there was research done at University of Rochester, and they found that playing action games, specifically first-person action games, can improve your vision. So around the age of, vision declines as you get older. At around the age of 45 is when you start to lose your contrast sensitivity function. And contrast sensitivity function is essentially
people are really, really excited.
your ability to discern between different shades of a color, like gray. So you might notice it when you're trying to read at night, or if you're driving in the dark. This study found that playing video games can help slow that decline and actually improve your vision.
What about playing chess? I know you guys also talk about how playing chess can really help people, even more so with those cognitive abilities.
Absolutely. So with regard to chess, there was a French study which found that people who played strategic board games like chess reported, first of all, they did better on a cognitive exam than people who didn't play those kinds of games. And they also reported fewer instances of depression, which is interesting. So playing strategic board games like chess can improve your cognitive resilience, which can help offset some of that decline that comes with age.
Okay, and what if you're feeling like you're on the verge of having a sick day? I think there are remedies that you can do to try to prevent an actual sick day.
Absolutely. So you can actually eat your way out of a sick day.
Wow.
And it all starts with breakfast, the most important meal of the day. And it's quite simple. I wish John were here because I know he loves his high-fiber diet.
Factor F.
A high-fiber cereal with berries is sort of the secret like weapon over here. So when your body digests fiber, and again, you're going to have to play this again for John, because I know he'll love it. He'll make his mom proud. A high fiber breakfast, when you digest fiber, it creates compounds in the body that help fight off harmful bacteria. Couple that with berries, which are naturally high in antioxidants, and you've got this amazing 1-2 punch before you even leave your house in the morning. And this is especially important for men, because men are actually more susceptible to catching most infectious diseases than women, and it comes down to testosterone versus estrogen. Testosterone can inhibit immune function, which a lot of people don't know, whereas estrogen can actually enhance immune function. So quite a difference there between men and women.
Yeah, quite a difference there. Something else you guys talk about is perhaps how people can argue better. You talk about a game, is it gain-framed appeal? Explain exactly what that is.
So this is super simple, but extremely cool and can actually help you make extra money. How to make a stronger argument, which is something you could apply everywhere in life, but of course you could apply it when you're asking for that raise. So what you don't want to do is go to your boss and frame the situation negatively. So don't say, what will happen if you don't get the raise? Like maybe sales will go down, or maybe you'll leave your job. Don't even go down that road. You want to frame things positively, and that's called gain-framed appeal. Basically what gain-framed appeal means is frame the situation in a way that highlights what someone can gain from the positive outcome. So in other words, maybe the position you want will give you more autonomy, which will make you more confident and make you a more effective employee. So highlight things in that way. So neuroscience research has shown here that when you use this strategy, it actually lights up parts of the brain associated with taking action. So scientifically speaking, there's a higher likelihood of you getting that raise if you phrase the situation positively versus negatively.
Very interesting. Okay, we also have a comment from John. You know him.
We have a comment from John?
Yeah. Based on what you said, he says, I hear you, Dean, about that fiber. He hears you about that fiber, I guess. I don't know if he eats a lot of berries in the morning, but I think he eats a lot of protein, he said before.
Yeah.
That's not really necessarily high in fiber, though, is it?
Protein is not necessarily high fiber, but it's still important. And it can help keep you full for longer.
Okay, all right. Well, I guess that's what keeps him going. Okay, we talked about films and then the Tim Ferriss column in here. Get to this. We might have the bell, but, just pause if we get to that.
All right. So this is something that personally I'm most excited about. I'm a huge Tim Ferriss fan. If you guys know who he is, he's got the Tim Ferriss Show, an incredible podcast. Gets just the brightest, most interesting minds in the world on there. And we've got Tim doing an exclusive column just for us in Men's Health every month. So for his debut column this month, he talks about a less is more approach to weightlifting, specifically the deadlift, which is one of the most beneficial exercises.
Yeah, but you got to be careful with that.
You start light, but that's actually what this is part of. Tim talks about a sprinting coach that he met who worked with Allison Felix, U.S. gold medal winner.
Right.
And this less is more approach helps Tim put on 120 pounds to his deadlift over 8 weeks and gain about 10 pounds of muscle mass.
Wow.
Yeah, it's Barry Ross was the name of the coach.
Is it in here?
So that's in here, and every month you'll find a new Tim Ferriss column in Men's Health.